So I'm recording this. I'll share this with you.
Great. Yeah, great.
Okay, so I know we were supposed to do this session in school, like we did it with those seniors, and all of them are nicely dressed up in formal. So if anyone has taken the effort to dress up in formal suits, you can show me your video. We can see how smartly you're dressed. I know it's a bummer that you can't be here in the session right now in school. Even I was looking forward to interacting with you and your parents in the session. So anytime you want, you can unmute yourself, or you can keep your video on, or whatever is comfortable with you. So we are going to break this session into two parts. One will be, I'll just introduce you to who I am, what we are doing, and then the second will be a purely question answer session, and I expect you to have a few questions and so on, so forth. Now, I am Shariqua. I work with a company called Vocatio, and we are a career education company. So I know you had the session in the morning. I attended that session too. It was a wonderful session. And what they've said, what you've learned in the first session is also what the similar area is what we are going to cover today. We are going to focus mostly on all the different occupations that are available to you. Okay, so I'm going to share a lot of posters with you. They're up to like 150 to 200 posters, so you can take your time, go through them. I'll share the links with you, and I will be visiting your school for the next academic year, and I'll be working with your sirs and ma'ams for your career education classes. So any questions you have today and you don't want to ask them now, you can keep them written, or you can have them in your mind, and whenever I do visit your school, we can have a quick question answer session, maybe once a term or so. So there's no hurry to ask questions. This session is only about you exploring all the options you have. Now, the program what we are doing today is called Many Paths to Success. Now, the first question I'm going to ask you all is, what is your definition of success? Can I have some answers? So what does success mean to you? It can be anything. I need at least 2-3 answers, and then I can continue. Let's make this a fun session rather than me making it a very classroom type session. So whenever I'm there in school, we have a lot of students. All of your seniors had very amazing answers for all the questions I had asked. So tell me, what do you mean by success? So आप ऐसा क्या करेंगे जिसके बाद आपको लगेगा कि हाँ मैं सक्सेसफुल हूँ अभी. I'll give you an example to start off with. So if as a 15-16-year-old, I have 2-3 goals for my life, and I feel that if I meet those goals, then I am successful. Now those goals can be having a good job, okay, having a nice home, and then being the CEO of a company, for example. So those are my big goals. So even if I am closer to achieving these goals in the next 10 to 15 years, I'll say, yes, I'm successful. Now, what else is success to you? Do you want to write it in the chat? Or do you want to unmute yourself and answer? No answers from anyone? Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one name randomly from the participant list, and I'm going to expect an answer. So Murtuza sir is going to keep note of who's answering and who's not. So let's see. Okay, how about Khatija? That way I know that you're listening or not.
Yes, ma'am, I'm listening.
Yes, so my question is, what according to you is success? What is your definition of success?
In my words, I think success is that which you are aiming to do, and you have done that work.
Very
I
good.
think it is success.
Right. So according to Khatija, she has a certain aim in life, and when she works towards that aim, that means she is successful. Now, should I choose someone else? Or...
Also.
Sorry?
We have answer from Hiba in chat box.
Okay, I'll just check that. Yes, so Hiba says when we do what we want to do and find happiness in doing it. Very good, Hiba. I like this answer very much. So the first part of Hiba's question is when we do what we want to do. So according to Hiba, if she does what she likes to do and she finds happiness in doing it, that is when she feels she's successful. Very good. I like that answer. Then we have another answer from Taha, who says, whatever we intend to achieve, if we achieve that. So again, if Taha intends to achieve a certain goal and then they achieve it, that's what is success for them. Any other answers? It could be very specific things also. ऐसा क्या करने पे आपको लगेगा कि भाई चलो फाइनली लाइफ में अब सक्सेस मिली है? पेरेंट्स बोलते ना सक्सेसफुल रहना, मेहनत करना. What do you think is success for you? So I need at least 2 more answers and then we can go ahead.
I think we have an answer from Taha also in the chat box.
Yeah, I discussed Taha's answer. That was a good answer. Okay, so we can expect others to participate in the other questions. We'll move on. Now, how many of you feel that earning money is also success? Yes, Rian says reaching our goals and working hard for your success. Very good, Rian. So you have to reach your goals and also work hard for it. Sometimes people get a lot without really putting in a lot of effort. Maybe for them, they don't feel very successful. But if a person values hard work and if they achieve even a little bit because of their hard work, they feel very successful. Ki, haan, bhai, I was able to do so much. So I like your answer too, Rian. Now, no one said that if I am able to buy a big house or a nice car, that I'm successful. Is that right or not? Because most of the times when we ask questions, no one really says that, I want to earn a lot because earning money is also success, which is very true. Because it doesn't really have to be achieving your goals all the time. Maybe your goal in life is to be very stable financially, or maybe your goal in life is to help a lot of people. So if you know that I've helped so many children, or if I've helped so many people who are in need, then I feel successful, even if I'm not earning a lot, or even if I don't have a big position in my company. Okay, Soha says career progression. It could mean being able to do the things you like. Very good. These are points very relevant to what we are going to discuss ahead, is doing things that you like. Now, moving on to the next part, we have something called the career decision wheel. So if you look into the wheel, there are 2 circles. Now we have an inner circle and then we have an outer circle. What we are going to do is break down the inner circle and then break down the outer circle later on. Okay. Now, what is the inner wheel? First thing is you ask yourself the question, what is important to me? Okay. Then the next question you ask is, I like to do dash. And then the third question you ask is, I am good at dash. So let's start with I like to. When I say I like to do something, what does it mean? When I say I like to dance, or I like to sing, I like to work on the computer, I like to play a lot of games and even try hacking these games. How many of you must have hacked your games? Okay, I know there are quite a few. I know you all play games, and there are so many apps out there in the Play Store that you can use to hack. Right? So all of these are interests, what you like to do. Now, why am I talking about all of these things and how does it have to do with your career? Now, again, like in the session in the morning, we saw that interests are a very important aspect of what your career will be, what your future will look like. Why is interest important? Why is it that you have to like something? किसी चीज को पसंद करना क्यों important है? Because जब आप किसी चीज को पसंद करेंगे, तब you'll do much better at it, right? That is why in a few of the answers, when I asked about success, 2 or 3 of you said that you have to find happiness in what you do, you have to like what you do, you have to enjoy what you do. And that is very important, because if you don't enjoy what you're doing, then eventually in an year or 2, you're going to get bored. And then you are not going to perform very well. Now, the next thing is I am good at. Now, how is this different from I like to do? I am good at is something आपका हुनर है इसमें. आप किसी चीज में बहुत अच्छे हैं जो ऑलरेडी आपको करने आता. That is called your strength. Okay. I like to do is your interest. I am good at this part covers your strengths. Strengths is something you are good at. आपके हुनर. Even though you didn't go to any drawing school or painting school, maybe you are a very good artist. You know, your notebooks are filled with really nice designs, really nice drawings. That is your talent. That is your strength. So you don't have to consciously work towards it. You were already good at it. Right? So that is your strength. Now, why is this important? We are going to look at it in the next slide. Now, the last thing that is very important is dash is important to me. Now, this is called priorities. I am sure all of you know what priorities mean, right? Priority is when you put an aspect of your life above other aspects, right? For someone, maybe their family is priority. For someone, them working in a foreign country might be a priority, right? For someone working in their own country, staying close to their family and motherland might be important. For some, earning a lot of money should be important. Maybe for some people, working in a hospital is more important because I want to, even if I'm not a doctor or even if I'm not a nurse, I want to work in a hospital. I like working there. So my priority is to help people by being in the medical field. Right? So these are the three important aspects of yourself. So this is called the inner wheel. It is more close to yourself. You're looking at your interests, you're looking at your strengths, and you're also looking at your priorities. Now the next part is we are going to look specifically at your interests and your strengths. Okay, I like to do and I'm good at. Now, we will be going into the details of this particular particular activity during your sessions later on in the year. I'm just going to give you a brief explanation as to what we are doing here. Now, this is called the interest and strength matrix. There are two primary factors here, your work interests and your work strengths. Now, we are combining a combination of what is your strength and what is not your strength, and what is your interest and what is not your interest, to make 4 matrix boxes. Okay, these are 4 different kind of boxes. The first one is my career. The second, it says my hobby. The third, it says I'm working on it or work on it. The fourth, it says drop it. Now, how did we get to these 4 aspects? Let us take the first box, that is the green box. It says my interest and my strength. So what are the sentences we are going to say? When I say my interest, I say I like to do it, right? Interests keyword. The keyword for interest is like. And the keyword for interest is good at. So when you say something is my strength, you also say I am good at it. And you make it a career. You can make it your career. Now, I'll give an example and then I expect one of you to give an example for yourself. Now, if I say I am good at computers, that means I am able to do a lot of computer work. I type very well and I know how to use all the Microsoft Office apps, and I also know a little bit of coding, and then I love doing it. I am very interested in working on the computer. So whenever in school there's some function or activity and there has to be something that needs to be done on the computer, I volunteer for it. So will working as a software engineer or maybe a computer professional, something to do with computers, I can make it my career. Is that clear? Anyone who didn't get it can raise your hand. Okay. Now I need an example from someone, one of you, or I'm going to pick someone from the participant list. I'll give you another example. If you are good at drawing and if you like to do it, then you can become an interior designer, right? That was Iram's example in the earlier session. So can we have someone discuss what they're good at and what they like to do? Maybe we can take an example and explain to the class. That way I'll know that some of you have understood it.
Ma'am, maybe if I'm good at reading books or novels, I can become a teacher or a lecturer.
Okay, that's very interesting. Then you are good at reading it. And then do you like working with kids also?
Yes,
Then you can become a teacher, or you can,
teacher.
or if you are good at writing things, for instance, because you like reading, maybe even you like writing a few stories of your own, and if you like doing
Yeah,
it, then you can become an author also, right? You can become a
yes.
writer. Nowadays there's a lot of jobs online where content writing is a very up and coming area, so you can get into content writing, so you can become a content writer. Thank you so
Or
much
if I
for.
have good ideas, I can also work for a newspaper article.
Definitely. So journalism will be a good field if you are really interested in writing, and if you like to do it, then you can make it a career. So journalism hai, or you can become a teacher. Again, there'll be a lot of options coming in from this. This is a very basic understanding of your interests and strengths. Anyone else? Iram's told her ideas. What about others?
Ma'am, I am good at fixing up things that are mechanical, and I can become mechanical engineer.
Very good. Do you like to do it, Taha? Are you? What all did you do till now? Do you
Yes,
enjoy
yes, ma'am.
doing it? Have you fixed
Yes,
anything?
yes.
That's very good. So you can become you are very good at mechanical stuff, you are saying. So mechanical engineering is a career that you can choose. Very good. Thank you. Anybody else would like to explore?
I am I am good at aeronautical engineer and I know about the parts of aeroplane and all and I like to do it
Okay. So
aeronautical engineering.
you have a lot of knowledge about aeronautics. Do you watch videos about it? Do you read books about it?
Yes,
Okay.
I
So
watch videos now.
very good. So Rian says he can make aeronautical engineering his career because he likes to read a lot of books and watch a lot of videos, and he says he's also good at understanding the different parts of the plane. So this is a good start, Rian. So you can continuously work towards it. Now we spent a lot of time on the in the green box which says my career. Now I'll just quickly go over the other boxes. We'll do it in detail as a activity for you in the class. Right now I'm just going over it briefly. Now when something is not your strength but it is your interest, मतलब मैं अच्छे से कर नहीं सकती है काम, but मेरे को काम करना बहुत पसंद है. For example, I'll give you my example. I cannot draw very well. Okay, I cannot paint, I cannot draw anything creative, I cannot do it very well, but even if I can't do it, I love doing it. So whenever I have free time, I sit and make something. I like to do arts and craft, as even as a kid I used to like to do that. So of course I didn't make it my career because I am not good at it. I don't have the skills required to earn money out of it, to go and tell a company, I have so and so skills, hire me as a designer or hire me as an artist. But I still like doing it. Just because I'm not good at it doesn't mean I'll completely stop doing that thing. I can continue it as a hobby. Now, can someone tell me why is a hobby important?
A hobby is important because it gives us time to express ourselves. If I'm good at painting, I will be good. I can show my emotions with painting.
Definitely.
Maybe.
Yes, that is the exactly the correct answer. When you have a hobby, you can express your emotions. You feel happy doing it. You know, when you are working in a job, it is not necessary that you like every aspect of the job. Maybe you like the job as a whole, but there are times when when you feel there's a lot of work. You must be seeing your parents are working, your elder brothers or sisters, or your aunts and uncles. Even though they like their job, there are times when you get very tired and the job becomes a little tiring and stressful. But when you're working on a hobby, when you're doing something you like, maybe on the weekends, you never get stressed out. This is very important for your mental well-being. So for you to stay sane, for you to stay stress-free, you have to have a hobby. Now, how do you identify it? It's usually the stuff you like to do, but maybe you're not very good at it to make it a career. Then the third one, the orange boxes, I am good at it. मतलब मेरे में हुनर बहुत है, but I don't like to do it. Okay, I am not interested in doing it. तो सब लोग बोलते अरे भाई आप कितना अच्छा कुकिंग करते समझो, ठीक है, you started cooking at home and you cook delicious food and everyone around you likes it, your classmates like it, maybe you bake a cake very well, you bake a lot, okay, but you don't enjoy doing it, maybe not as a career, you cook it because it's faraz hai, yeah, you know, okay, I had to cook something, I cook, but it doesn't mean that I like doing it, doesn't mean that I'll become a chef because I'm not interested in it. Anyone would like to give me an example for this? So this is a tricky one, anyone coming up with an example will get a kudos from me.
Ma'am, for example, if a person like running, but that person can't do it for a national level because he like running, but he is not interested in doing that.
Okay, yes. So this is a very nice example. Maybe you run very fast. School mein, you know, you have sports days and you have weekends where you have sports. So you run very fast, kho and all those games that you play. But doesn't mean that you are very interested in running a race at the Olympic level or at the national. You don't want to pursue it as a career. You're still good at it. But does it mean that you should completely drop that? Doesn't mean that you should stop doing it. Does it mean that you should stop doing it? No, because you are already gifted. आप में वो हुनर already है. So why would you want to completely discard it? You have to figure out what is it that you don't like in it. Maybe there is a certain aspect. For instance, maybe someone is very good at drawing, but they don't want to become an artist or a designer because they don't like to, you know, make it a career. So they have to sit and figure out what is it that I don't like. So maybe I don't like to work as an interior designer, but I would love to teach kids how to draw or take classes in the weekends, during the weekends. Maybe that aspect of it I like, right? So you can figure out stuff based on what your requirements, what your priorities are. Next, the last one is when you are not good at something and you don't like it. That is when you drop it. That is when you keep it aside. You are not going to consider it, especially for your hobby, because for your career, sorry. Because when you already have other areas of interest and other areas that you're already good at, why would you go and consider something you're not good at and you don't even like it? For once, you can even consider doing some, you know, whatever activity falls under the orange box. See, you are good at it, but you don't like it. But at least you will be able to make a career out of it. Mind you, but you won't be very happy doing it. So you have to figure out why you are not happy doing that activity. And maybe you'll find a way to make it an interesting activity. But if you don't like something and you don't like doing it and you are not very good at it also, does it make sense to pursue that career? For example, you're not very good at computers. You don't even like working on computers. You still like working, you know, on other things. Maybe you're more artistic. Maybe you like working with people a lot. So if your parents say, you know, or if your friends say, you know, computer engineering is a lot in demand these days, you should take that up. So will you take it up just because it's in demand and people are earning money? Because if you're not good at it, you're not going to be good at your job also. If you don't like it, every day in the workplace is going to be dreadful. सुबह उठ के जैसा स्कूल को नहीं आना रहता ना, जॉब में तो ऑप्शन भी नहीं रहता छुट्टी लेने का. Your salary is going to get cut, right? These are the 4 options with the combination when you combine your interests and your strengths. We would have done a little activity if I were in school where all of you write it down on a paper and we could have looked at it. We could have put it with your interest and RISEC and your aptitude test results, but we can do that later in class. Now, we looked at the inner wheel, right? This was the inner wheel. Now we want to look at the outer wheel. Now, what does the outer wheel say? You are looking at 3 things here. Okay, I want to be a dash, I want to study dash, and I want to work in dash. So these questions are going to be related to your world of work. So when you are looking at where you want to work or what you want to study to become what you want to be in the future, these are the questions you will have to ask. So for example, I want to study law. Okay, I want to study law because I want to be a lawyer. So this question will lead to the answer for the next question. I want to be a lawyer. Okay, then I want to work in, where does a lawyer work in? Your lawyer works mostly in courts, right? Or you can also be a lawyer in an MNC. Big multinational companies also have lawyers. So depending on that. So if you answer even one question from these three, it will lead to the answers for the other two. Now, for example, if someone says, I want to work in a school, okay, then, and what do you want to be in a school? In a school, I want to be a teacher. So in order to become a teacher, I have to study, I have to do a B.Ed degree. So this is the way you answer your questions. Now, the next part is, this is a little interesting. How many subjects do you have in school right now in grade 9? No one knows how many subjects they are studying in class right now?
6 or 7, ma'am.
6 or 7, okay. So that's mostly true in most of the schools, right? Now, after 10th grade, what are the options that you have heard? You must have heard options from your elder brothers or sisters or your parents or anyone. What do you do after class 10? 10th के बाद करना क्या है? Intermediate करना है बोलते ना?
Yes.
Yes. So inter में what are the options you have? What have you heard? Anything. And there is no right or wrong answer. Anything you tell me is fine. Yes, Alim wants to say something. Okay, by PC, good. And what else?
MPC, BTech, MTech.
Okay, someone said BTech and MTech. So in 10th के बाद BTech and MTech नहीं आता. Intermediate के बाद BTech आता, BTech के बाद MTech आता. So we'll go through those in your sessions later. Yes, we said BPC, MPC. What else? दो ही है streams?
Arts,
Yes.
commerce,
Yes.
humanities.
Okay, I like the answers I'm hearing. Maybe this is also written on the screen, that's why. Okay, regardless. Now in school we have 6 or 7 subjects. Sometimes you have 8 or 9 subjects based on your extracurricular activities, right? Now after 10th, there are a lot of options. Now you said MPC, BPC, CEC. But then in reality, there are a lot of options, many more that just the Telangana state government offers. Then if you go to CBSE or ICSE, so if you want to do plus 2, 11th and 12th, or if you want to continue in the IB board, or if you want to do the ICSE board, there are many more subjects. So it ranges into, it will reach up to 100 if you look at all the options. And how do you figure out, segregate, usko differentiate kaisa karna hai ki what is for you and what is for what is not for me? What we've done is we've simplified it. So all your subjects after 10th will fall into 5 major study streams. Okay, so these are called study streams. Now these are terms you'll have to keep in mind. This will keep coming up again and again in the coming academic year. So the first study stream is science and technology, right? Now, what should be your interest if you are going to take up this stream, science and technology? So computer software, if you're interested in computer software or hardware or engineering, then the study stream that you will choose after 10th, it need not be MPC. You can do a math and physics combination in CBSE also. Usko MPC nahi bolte. MPC सिर्फ इंटरमीडिएट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट जो बोर्ड है तेलंगाना का, उसको बोलते हैं MPC, मैथ फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री. But if you're taking it up in CBSE, it is called just math and physics and chemistry combination. ठीक है, उसका abbreviations नहीं रहते. So the better terminology that you are going to use going on forward after 10th is, if someone asks you, ठीक है 10th के बाद क्या सोचे बेटा आप, तो हाँ, I have chosen the study stream of science and technology instead of saying मैं MPC लिया या मैं BPC वैसा. Now, what are the important subjects in school right now? What are the important subjects you should focus on if you want to get into this stream? Your math and physics should be very good. These are the core subjects in science and technology. Okay. Now, example jobs are engineer or CCTV technicians. Now, not just engineers, all sorts of technician jobs or also require even the government jobs. If you want to get into a few engineering services, government engineering services, you will still need to do your intermediate or your +2 within the study stream of science and technology. You will have to study math and physics at that level. Now, the next is science and health. Okay, so the interests here will be plants, animals, healthcare, life sciences. If you want to learn about all of these, your subjects in school, you should be good at biology and chemistry. And then you have the example jobs here. Now, commerce and management. If you want to get into sales, promotions, banking, or insurance, then your subjects in school should be numerical math, not geometry or algebra, numerical math. So you have interest, compound interest, or the chapters related to those. Then you have civics and accounting. Now you won't have accounting in school, but when you
Miss Shariqua, sorry to disturb.
yeah,
Kids, if the session ends, join immediately. Okay.
yeah.
Maybe the session ends in 2 to 3 minutes. Join back immediately without any delay. Okay. The session will be live again. So join back immediately. Thank you.
Let's try finishing this table before the session ends. Yes, example jobs for commerce and management would be marketing, any job within marketing or as a marketing executive, a salesman, and so on and so forth. Even all banking jobs would fall under commerce and management. Then we have creative arts and design, right? So if you are interested in performing arts are singing, dancing, drama, right? And then if you are interested in any sort of design, it can be interior design, web design, fashion design, so on and so forth. And this, although you are not really taught design in school, but if you are interested in drawing, singing, and drama in school, then you can opt for creative arts and design as a study stream after your 10th. Then the last one is humanities and social sciences. So if you are interested in learning more about people, human beings, and their history or the psychology of people, or if you want to learn about social work, if you want to get into teaching or want to learn about how libraries work, want to become a librarian, then the important subjects are mostly all the languages in school and your social science subjects, whatever your school has provided you. Example jobs are psychologist and social worker, right? Now, again, these are the 5 study streams. Why are we focusing on these is, in the next half of the session, I am going to show you our occupation charts. So each occupation chart, I'll just show it to you. Yes. यहाँ पर देखिए occupation charts बन गए ऐसे. It says, hi, I am a computer programmer. So this is the job. So if you want to become a computer programmer, this is the chart you will look at. Then the study stream. Now we have seen study streams here, right? There are 5 study streams. Yahan par the study stream is going to be mentioned. So this is a very important part that you have to look at. Science and technology. Why science and technology? Because to become a computer programmer, you should know math very well. Okay. Then there are other aspects of the poster. Okay, something called my language, which says what are the words that I'll be using. If I'm a computer programmer, I'll be using words like coding and conditional, data structures, okay, so on and so forth. Then type of work. It says indoor work. So you have to sit within in an office and work. You don't have to go outside and travel to become a computer engineer. Then it has to be regular timing. So it may be a 9 to 5 job. I think we'll continue after we get back. I'll explain the posters and then I'll share the links.
Okay, kids, it's the time the session will end and you need to join back immediately. Thank you.